right, how are y'all doing out there? Welcome to this week's episode of Now Available, the internet's favorite, most exciting, most best internet show where we talk about movies and streaming services and movies on those said streaming services. I, of course, am your host this week, your old friend Rick. I am joined by my friend here, Adam. Hi.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on?
No, what's up, man? What's new?
Not too much. Oh, I did find out that the short you saw, the basketball one that I showed you.
Yeah.
I won some sort of award for it
No shit.
through. It's called like the Walla Chai International Film Festival or something like that. It was called like the Diamond Award. Don't know exactly what it means.
What? That's fucking better than the Bronze Award or the Gold Award.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Way to go, man.
Thank you.
That thing is pretty dope. I like when I watched it, I was like, "Oh, is it gonna say anything?" And I like that it's like really dark. Like, I don't know. I thought it was just fucking cool. Apparently, everyone else did too. If you won. Hell yeah! So, are they gonna send you something like a plaque?
Maybe I don't know. All I know is that I won something, and that's pretty much about all that I've been able to find out.
That's so cool. Hell yeah, dude. That's fucking sick. It's cool that we're talking about Prince of Persia, the movie this week, because like last week was when the game got announced, the remake of Sands of Time. So I was like, oh hell yeah, this is like perfect timing. And okay, have you ever watched All Gas No Brakes?
Nope.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
Okay. It's a dude on YouTube, and he goes to like different fucking whacked out events like FurryCon, the AVN Awards, like rocket launches and shit, and he like interviews people there, and like they're all genuine people, but they're just also bizarre. So we're watching it. I was watching a bunch of their videos last night, and as I'm watching it, I'm like, I would love to be able to see the timeline of like people's lives and like the one decision that leads them down a different path. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Like he's talking to this kid, and they're at some like music festival, and this kid is like, he's just fucking out there. Like, like his brain, he's something else.
Right.
He's on some sort of drugs or whatever. And he's just going on. And I'm like, I would love to have seen like what decision led him to becoming who he is. And then in this movie, you kind of get to see that, like, that's like the whole basis of the movie.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, oh, how fucking like perfect. Oh yeah, so if you didn't know, this week we are talking about Prince of Persia 2010, starring.
Oh, it's 2010. Okay.
Yeah, starring the legendary Jake Gyllenhaal. I think Jake Gyllenhaal was already like well known at this point.
Yeah, because he'd done like Brokeback Mountain and Donnie Darko and.
Oh yeah,
stuff
so
like that.
yeah. So like unlike Conan, where like Jason Momoa, that's like his big introduction. Like. Jake Gyllenhaal already has that. Like, people know who he is before this movie.
Well, yeah, but he hasn't been like a movie star yet. Is the thing. He hasn't reached like that level of success. Because it's still before Nightcrawler. It's before. It's after Zodiac. It's after Brokeback Mountain. It's after Donnie Darko. I'm trying to think of other Jake Gyllenhaal movies, but I think those are the main ones.
Let's see. What do we got here? What do we got? Click on Jake Gyllenhaal. Here we go. Number 1 on the call sheet. We got Nightcrawler 2014. Brokeback Mountain was 2005.
Yep.
Donnie Darko was 2001.
Yep.
That seems weird. I feel like that movie's way older than that.
2001. It feels like a 90s movie for sure.
Yeah. 2001 is pretty close to the 90s, but still. Like.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, so yeah, he had done a lot of movies before this. Jarhead, that was the other one.
Yep.
Day After Tomorrow. Bubble Boy, who could fucking forget that one?
Apparently us.
Yeah. Idiot. But yeah, so I like that he was already well known. This wasn't like, I feel like this kind of movie is, this is your first like chance to show what you have. Kind of like in Conan, like, oh, can he be an action star? Like, can he pull it off?
Yeah, that's exactly what they're showing with this, with Jake Gyllenhaal.
The same thing with Henry Cavill in Immortals.
In which one?
Immortals. It's like a 300.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about now.
Just fucking super buff, but you don't know it's Henry Cavill. Like, you don't know what he's gonna become.
Right.
At least I get the same feeling. So yeah, he was in it. Ben Kingsley was in it, and I totally forgot. And like, oh, so I guess what is your history with Prince of Persia, the movie, and or the video game?
So my history with Prince of Persia is, for those two mediums, is pretty much nothing. My reference point to Prince of Persia was that I remember they came out with Legos around the time this movie came out. This movie has Lego sets based on it.
Oh, hell yeah.
I haven't gone back and looked at them, but that's like my main touchstone is I remember the Legos coming out and those like looking pretty cool.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can look up Lego set. Oh, you type in Lego and the first one that showed up was Prince of Persia. Why?
Oh my god.
Is it fucking listening to me?
Probably.
We got, Prince of Persia, The Fight for the Dagger review of. Okay. Oh, so you got Jake Gyllenhaal on the box.
There's 6 sets.
It Sands of Time. This is kind of cool.
Yeah, these are actually cool sets. I'm going to bring them up to show the people.
Yeah, bring them up.
So, as it slowly loads for me to bring it up to show the people.
The kids at home. All right.
They all want to know.
It's loading. Okay.
A JavaScript error occurred in the main process.
So we can see it.
So you can see it?
Yeah, it just looks like a really weird. So we see the Battle of Alamut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's like the very end thing. Ben Kingsley's up here at the top here.
That's so sick.
There's Jake Gyllenhaal. It's actually a really nice looking Lego set. Then there's this one with the snake dude and her, and the Prince of Persia with the rock thing.
The Sands of Time.
The Sands of Time, yeah.
The rock thing.
You would totally never believe that I watched this movie last night.
Okay, here's what I'm offended by with these Lego sets. They look cool. They look very, like, I don't know. Compared to the ones now, they seem simple, right? Okay, here we go. The fucking ostrich. They should all have ostriches, not camels.
Right, yeah. You see, what, 2 camels in the movie, I think?
Yeah, you see more horses than you do camels. And so I think you see... Oh, okay, we need the ostrich race one.
Okay, so here's this one. It's got the 2, like, shadow people in it.
Oh, yeah, the assassins or whatever.
Yeah, the assassins, not the assassins. Then we got the ostrich races with 2 ostriches.
All right, I need that one.
Okay, and then there's this guy here with the camel where they're escaping the city.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's that one with the Sands of Time and the booby traps.
The big rock. The fucking the booby traps are so funny.
I think these stairs here are supposed to be the arrows that they throw into the wall.
Okay, so I think
that's his brother, I think.
When I was watching this, I was trying to like remember all the video game stuff. Like what parts do they reference in the video game?
Right.
And I think the only, besides like the main mechanic, which is the sand, where you can go back in time. So if you like fucking fall off a cliff or something, you can rewind it. The part where he's jumping across like the beams that are sticking out of the walls, I remember doing that a lot in the game. I don't remember the assassins in the game, which I'm sure they're a big part, but we also played it 10 plus years ago. Like, it's been a minute. I can't really remember. I don't remember any of the characters other than Dastan or whatever, Dastan. But even then,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was his name. Like, I don't remember that being his name in the video game. I'm sure it is, but for whatever reason, I couldn't remember it.
You can get the Lego Prince of Persia, the ostrich race for $20.99 on eBay, new in box.
Somebody out there and you're watching this, send me that ostrich. I will build it live on cam. It'll probably take 15 seconds. Fucking. All right, so who else was in this that we? So the Ben Kingsley thing really that surprised me.
He's like Ron Perlman for this movie.
Yeah,
There's gonna be a lot of parallels between those two movies.
He is the Ron Perlman of this movie.
For sure.
I think those are the only two really notable people.
Right.
Yeah, because we don't like the woman that plays Tamina.
She's a Bond girl.
Oh, really?
From Quantum of Solace, yeah.
Oh, she was also in Clash of the Titans.
Yep.
And so another movie that came out in 2010 along the same lines as Prince of Persia, another like fantasy movie. Yeah, I think that really narrows it down for those people.
Yeah, there isn't too many major stars that came out of Prince of Persia.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the other dude that I recognize though, I think it's Tuss, his brother. He's in one of the Underworld movies.
Oh, okay. That would make sense.
That
sounds right.
I gotta look for it. I think it's it. It's not that guy. It's not that guy. Sheik, no. Garciv. What's his brother's name? The one that's gonna be the king. Is it Tuss?
It might be. I think it's Tuss. But I have no idea.
Because when I click on his picture, it doesn't look like the dude that I think it is. Let me see. Richard Coyle. Sheffield, Yorkshire, England. Known for... Can we see all of his movies? Actor. Okay, here we go. Born to Kill, Fall, Collection, Cross... These are all TV shows. Where the fuck are his movies? Alright, so maybe it's not this dude. Damn it. It looked just like him. Alright, okay, let's move on.
Okay.
So here's another thing that I thought was kind of surprising when I just looked it up. The budget. Did you look at this?
No, I didn't look anything up really about the movie.
Okay. So the budget was an estimated $200 million.
Wow.
That's fucking insane.
That's a lot of money.
Opening weekend for the 30th of May 2010, they made $30 million. Gross across the U.S. was $90 million. And then cumulative worldwide gross was $336 million.
Wow. So it kind of made its money back.
Yeah.
Depending on the marketing budget.
Yeah. Also, this is in 2010 money, but like, that's a lot of fucking money for this movie.
I know, yeah. I thought it would have lost money. If I'm being honest. It seems like what would have happened. We've just been like, nope.
Because I think, if I remember, that I don't remember if Prince of Persia was like a really like big property at the time. Like I remember.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I remember playing the games on GameCube.
Why did I think those were PlayStation exclusive?
Oh, I don't know. Well, we can look it up. But I do remember playing it on GameCube. Unless I'm fucking all jacked up. Let's see, Prince. Oh shit. Persia. Game. Let's just see if GameCube. Yeah, Sands of Time. Oh wait, no, just kidding. That's the other one. Yeah, here it is. 2003.
Wow.
Yep, Nintendo GameCube 2003 disc only. It's on eBay for $10.
Interesting.
So, but there was a bunch of them too. There was like Two Thrones, Prince of Persia, Warrior Within, and so these are all on GameCube.
Yeah, I knew there was a good amount of them, and they stopped kind of making Prince of Persia games when Assassin's Creed came out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's pretty much my main knowledge about it.
there are bits and pieces in the movie that feel like they would fit into an Assassin's Creed movie.
Oh my God, yeah, yep.
When he jumps off of the thing, like when he's standing
And he
on
does
that,
the flip.
yeah, that beam.
Yeah.
Very Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, there's many moments in here that feel like they could have been Assassin's Creed for sure.
Oh, all right. So, how'd you feel about the movie? What'd you think? Did you like it? Did you hate it?
I rather enjoyed the movie. I thought there's some stuff that's cheesy and like over the top, and definitely like a 2010 2011 film for sure. But like I overall like I really enjoy this movie compared to what else we've watched. Like I thought Jake Gyllenhaal had a pretty good performance in it. Ben Kingsley was pretty good. The story's a little predictable, but you kind of get it. And then I like the whole Valley of the Slaves thing too. That was pretty funny with the ostrich races.
Oh, yeah.
And Doc Ock running them and whatnot. Yeah. So overall, I really like the movie. How about you? How did you feel about it?
Yeah, I really liked it too. I thought it was like it kind of surprised me. I definitely remember watching it because I remember Jake Gyllenhaal. And I remember like, oh, this is the big thing because it's a Prince of Persia. Like, oh, we love those games. We need to watch the movie.
Right.
But I don't think I've watched it in 10 years. Like, probably when it came out was the last time I watched it. It's definitely not, one of like, oh, this is my favorite video game movie. I watch this one all the time. But I think it's I think it's just a good movie. Kind of like the Tomb Raider movie, the one that just came out. Like, I thought that
Actually, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay. I'll have to keep that in
it's like
mind.
the same idea. Like, it's not directly tied to the games or like a recreation of the game. So it's just like it's just a good movie.
Right.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot better than Conan, which is like the main thing that you have to compare it to.
Yeah, that's what we've got on this show is Conan and Prince of Persia.
Yeah, so it's definitely
because they're very similar.
It is weirdly similar. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I do.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah.
Oh, I think the story. I think it was predictable. Maybe I just wasn't paying. I was watching it. Maybe it was just kind of like glazed over. But I think when he realizes what's happening, I think that caught me off guard. And I was like, oh, what a fucking cool concept. Like, so if you didn't watch the movie, well, you should have watched the movie. But if you didn't, I'm about to spoil it.
All right.
So when the Prince of Persia, Jake Gyllenhaal, realizes what his uncle is doing, or like why he wants the dagger to go back in time, like so fucking far, so he can like let the lion kill his brother and not save him, so that he could become king. It was like a fucking light bulb went off. I was like, holy shit, duh. Like, it makes perfect fucking sense.
Right, exactly.
And then the part when they're at the Sands of Time and they have the thing in there and they pull it out, it's like, that's a perfect setup, because that was like the whole point of the movie was he wanted to do that, like to go back. But now, because he yanked it out too soon, they go back to when he first finds it. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It could have gone back a half an hour or like a week or whatever, but I like that it went to
that point.
Yeah, that point specifically.
Yeah, I think that I definitely like that kind of twist where it's like, oh, like, the uncle's bad. You kind of get it partway through the movie, but they don't explain it till later, like the reasoning behind it. And once you get there, I think it's a really cool, interesting idea, especially like the way it plays out in the end and stuff.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. It gives it a little like depth too, because it's like it's not so, oh, he's the bad guy, we know he's the bad guy,
he's doing bad things because he's a bad guy.
Yeah, he's doing a bad. When I watched it, so I watched it in 2 parts because I fell asleep. I have this up. I turned this on at like 1 o'clock in the morning to like start watching it, uh, after I had been up literally all day, I got up at 4:30 for work. So it's like I don't know why I did that. So I started watching it. I fell asleep. I started like just from the beginning because I had only gotten like probably 10 minutes into it, and I totally forgot where I was going with this. What was I talking about?
How you watch it in 2 parts or something.
Fuck! Damn it! I had a point I was trying to make, and I fucking forgot where I was going with it.
I don't know.
Oh my god! What an idiot! Shit! I totally forgot where I was going. Oh my god, dude, that's terrible. What a terrible feeling.
Yeah. That sucks when you're like just trying to think of something and you just can't. It's just not working.
I was literally talking about it, and then I forgot what I was talking about. My brain is fried. Oh, I totally remember. Okay, I remember. So when I was watching it, I couldn't figure out why they were, like, what the reasoning was that they were attacking the city. And at first you don't, like you know it, because they're like, oh, they have forges, they're making weapons or whatever, and they're selling them off. I had totally forgot that happened. So when I was watching it, and I'm like, why the fuck are they? What are they doing there? What's their whole point for being there? And I thought it was bad guy doing bad thing. Like that was their whole reason.
Hmm.
No, it was because they were led to believe that they're building making weapons and selling them off or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And so from that point on, like they think that's going on, and then they meet the princess, and the one brother's like, she will be my next wife and stuff like that. And that's the dude that has tons and tons and tons of wives.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And she doesn't want to, but Jake Gyllenhaal has the dagger, so she does for the sake of her people, so she can get close to Jake Gyllenhaal and get the dagger. And so the brother is endlessly like searching the city. And Jake Gyllenhaal gets the robe, takes it to the king. The king's dead. King dies because of the robe after Jake Gyllenhaal is promised the woman to be his wife.
That was another part that kind of like threw me off because I maybe I wasn't paying attention or something. But he like has the robe on. What the fuck is in the robe that's burning him?
It was like cursed or something like that.
Oh,
I
okay.
think.
So I was watching. I was like, why didn't they just take that fucking thing off? Wouldn't he? But like they try to get off and then they do, but he still dies. I was like, what could possibly be inside of it that's like causing him to be burned up?
Acid.
Magic, yeah. or acid or whatever.
Yeah. And so from there the couple goes on the run, and Jake Gyllenhaal discovers this dagger. It's no ordinary dagger, it's a magic dagger that can turn back time.
This is no ordinary dagger.
That uses not ordinary sand, so he's able to press down, hold it, go back in time up to a minute. And this woman's the protector of the dagger, and so
I think that's another mechanic from the game, was the amount of time you could go backward.
Right.
But obviously, besides the whole fucking thing of pressing it and going backwards to begin with, but the amount of time. But I can't remember. I do like. Yeah, I like how it looked. Like that effect was really cool.
Right. Yeah, that was really cool. It's very reminiscent of what they do in Endgame. With the Hulk stuff or the different things like that, which is really cool. You see them like him like go back and like kind of like move backwards and then like reopen his body and stuff like that. And they use that mechanic to such cool effects because they use it like 3 different times or so in particular, 3 or 4, because they have the one where like she's trying to get away from him and steal the dagger. They use it and he finds out. Then they use it to... What was the second one?
I know they fight the snakes. I don't think that was...
the snakes, I think, was the second one. Because they have the sand, and he uses it like to go back in time to fight the snakes and actually fight them off, which that was actually really cool.
Yeah.
Because the way they use the dagger is just such a cool idea, because they even use it where Jake Gyllenhaal just stabs himself in the chest to prove to his brother that it is a magic dagger, and the brother takes the dagger, presses the button, and they go back. and Jake Gyllenhaal's alive and stuff like that. So that's really, really cool. And then the brother dies.
Yeah, what the fuck? He goes back to save Jake Gyllenhaal, like, hey, like, look at this is how this thing fucking works, and then he ends up dying because of it.
Right, yeah. It's pretty, it's kind of, one of the comments, so I was watching, this is like one of the only ones I've watched for our show with Paige, my fiance, and she's like, he just doesn't mourn his brothers. He's just like, oh, there goes another one. He just goes on with his life. Because his two brothers die in a matter of like, I don't know, probably an hour from each other or two. Something like that.
Yeah, his first brother gets fucking stabbed or shot with the arrows. Or
yeah, with the arrows.
The little dagger things. All he had to do was fucking stick his head out the door and be like, oh, there's like a big gas cloud. Everybody's dead. But instead he walks out and then immediately gets shot in the chest. Like
multiple times.
Yeah, why did he walk all the way outside?
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. If it was me, I wouldn't have done that.
No. Nope.
I would have got shot in the head instead.
Right.
Yeah. I do like that they don't use the dagger too much.
Right. Yeah, they use it, like I said, 4 times because the last one, after like he stabs himself, the last one is when they actually go to the sands of time and stick the dagger in the bottle, and then like it shoots it back to like the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. I thought that was cool because you could have used it for every situation.
Right, exactly.
But she only had that like little vial of
yeah,
sand,
which is cool that there's only that little amount that you can use.
How did she get that sand though? Where did it come from?
She used the dagger to open the thing and took some of the sand out because she was one of the guardians.
Did she go down into where the fucking booby traps were? Like she went down there and just grabbed some?
I think in the since she is the guardian, she was able to travel down there whenever she needed to before like the whole thing collapsed on them.
Okay.
Or something like that. That's what it seemed like anyway.
Yeah. I think my only beef with it, I really enjoyed the whole thing. Like from start to finish, like I really had no problem with it. The one thing that did stick out to me though was in that last scene where, no, not the very last scene, but like toward the end of the movie, like the climax part where they're walking, the booby trap thing happens. Or I guess it's not even a booby. Well, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Where all the sand is like falling down, or like cascading down this giant like cliff or whatever. Jake Gyllenhaal is making these like giant leaps. Okay, I don't have a problem with that. But it seems like this is a new area that no one's ever been to before. Like he's in some sort of like ruin. It falls through a trapdoor. He comes out. Like the events happened in a certain way. Like he would have only gotten there one way, right? He comes through the doorway and there's a fucking ninja, like waiting for him. Like how did he get down there?
I know that was another question. It's like, where did he come from? How did he do that? What's going on here?
I get that they have like mystical powers or whatever, and they're
right.
Like, whatever. But there's no fucking way he could have just appeared.
No,
he was waiting for him. So how did he get down there first? How did he know Jake Gyllenhaal was going to come through that doorway, right? Because like, if anything happened differently, he would have been in a different location.
Yeah, that doesn't make much sense.
That was my only beef with it.
Yeah, some of the CGI I wasn't a big fan of, but like overall, the movie's really enjoyable, if predictable.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I really had no problems with it. I liked it. Yeah, like I said, through and through. It was just that one part. That is literally the only thing that stuck out to me.
Yeah.
Oh, and that one like weird editing thing. When he was running across, he's like trying to escape the city, and he's like jumping across like these like posts.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Where the horses
That's
are
a
tied
weird.
up.
Yeah.
So he's like cutting it, and he's running this direction, and then they show him flipping onto a horse that's this direction.
Yeah.
And
there's
then he
like
rides off.
There's like some weird sequences of different cutting and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's really weird.
Yeah, that was it. Really. Those are really it. Like. Unlike Conan, where everything was like, why the fuck did they do that? Why is it like
Yeah.
this?
Yeah. This one's like at least cohesive
Hmm.
in a way that like makes it an entertaining story and like has like cool and unique action and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. I thought the fighting was cool throughout it. Like it didn't look. I don't know. It didn't. Nothing looked weird about it. Like everything looked
All
very.
right, yeah, it seemed natural.
Hmm. What else was weird about it? That's it.
I think honestly, like I really enjoyed watching this movie and think there's a lot of like good things in it
Hmm.
compared to like some of the other ones we watch where there's a lot of like egregious stuff.
Yeah, yeah. In comparison to everything else we've watched, this is definitely the best one.
Hmm.
Um. Oh, I guess my other question would be when in that last scene, Ben Kingsley is coming down on like a pulley. Did they? So maybe when she goes down to the sands of time or whatever, she's got her little tunnels and paths and stuff that lead her down. They just
Right.
built directly above it and then like drilled down.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, that's possible. That's kind of what it seems like almost.
Because they show
Yeah.
him, they're just like lowering his ass in, and he's like right next to it the whole time.
Right.
So he has like quick access to it or whatever.
Right.
But
Yeah.
if that were the case too, why didn't he just stab it at the top? Why did he have to go
Right.
to the
Yeah.
base of it to do that?
Yeah. That doesn't make sense for that piece there.
Oh,
Yeah, but why one of my other questions were why were they called assassins? Why weren't they just called assassins?
oh, I think that
Probably
comes
a
from.
Disney thing, or is that from the games?
I think that's like a historical thing. I think it's
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah, I think that assassin comes from, if I remember correctly, it's something to do with like these people that would sit up in the mountains and like smoke hash, and then they would come down and like they were like mercenaries or whatever. And I think that's where assassin comes from. It's like, but then again, I'm not. I could be wrong. I was right about the
That's
GameCube
fair.
thing, so maybe I'm right.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah,
That could be another one we can look up.
yeah.
Assassins. I am. I don't remember it being a Disney movie to begin with. Like in 2000, maybe they acquired it.
That could be. But like when I looked at the Lego sets and stuff like that, it's all over the packaging and everything.
Oh, it says Disney on it. Oh, I really don't
Yeah, and
remember it being a Disney movie.
yeah, I don't know because it's definitely not Fox acquired it. I'm pretty sure like Disney actually made it because I think it says like Disney's Prince of Persia or something like that on multiple things. So I think it's
Oh,
like almost like a John Carter of Mars sort of deal.
that's. I never watched that movie, but it has a very similar feel to it, right?
Right? Yeah, I haven't seen it, but that's what I think. Yeah, it's a lot like that.
I think your video's gone.
I'm frozen. Yeah,
Oh
like
yeah,
even my video's frozen. I don't know what's
it's just me here.
happening. Um,
This is nothing new for us. If you remember to the
no,
first episode where I disappeared.
right.
All right, so let's do our like final thoughts. I think you can go ahead, speak your piece.
Okay, so overall, I really like the Prince of Persia. There's a lot of good stuff in it. I think Jake Gyllenhaal, as weird of a movie as it is, he gives a great performance in it, like usual. I think I love the like the production design stuff like that. The CGI, obviously, being a 2010 movie, isn't the greatest. And I really like kind of like the twist of why the uncle wants to get uh, the dagger in the sands of time and how he's behind it all, and even like the invasion and stuff, and how like the whole movie wraps up and the assassins like as weird as like a name as the assassins are. Like you said, it might be historically accurate. I don't know, but it's like their design and stuff like that's really cool with the different weapons and all that sort of stuff. And I also really like at the end when the one brother like actually offers what's her name, the
Oh,
lady,
Tamina.
Tamina. He offers Tamina's hand in marriage to uh, excuse me, Jake Gyllenhaal rather than taking it himself like he did the first time, which I think is a really kind of cool thing to do.
Yeah, I have to
I
agree. I liked all of it. I thought it was cool. I really do like the end though. I think that's a really cool. Because
sure.
even like when you're watching it the first time, it doesn't seem like, or like when you're watching it and they show those like interactions the first time around, they don't seem like out of ordinary. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
They're not so insane. Like, oh, we're gonna kill everybody here, but then we're gonna get a second chance. We're not gonna kill anybody. But it's like, I don't know. They're not so different in like a response.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I totally agree though for the movie. Like I like it. I like everything about it.
Right.
The story I enjoyed. Jake Gyllenhaal I enjoy. I think he's dope. Oh, I guess his hair is kind of goofy, but even then,
he does have goofy hair. It looks like he has. Oh yeah, that was my one big complaint. Is like his costume design through most of the movie is like the costume designer. It feels like was just like, okay, for Jake Gyllenhaal's outfits, we're just gonna raid Johnny Depp's closet and we're gonna dress him up and do that sort of thing.
It does have a piratey feel to it. Like there's the one scene where he falls down and it's like he has like a white blouse or whatever, and it's like open. You can see his like chest or whatever. He's very piratey looking.
Yeah, and I don't even really necessarily mean like Jack Sparrow's outfits. I mean Johnny Depp's real life outfits. When you see him at like movie premieres and different stuff like that, he's always dressed in these like crazy outfits. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Just his normal attire, yeah. Like I said, I enjoyed it. It's fun. It's easy. Like, it's not over the top. You know what I mean? It's not Conan the Barbarian.
Right.
It's yeah, it's fun. I don't know. I do like it.
Right. Yeah.
All right, you want to do the ranking?
Of course.
All right, here we go.
So to start with, we're gonna do the Disney Plus ranking, but because there's no movies on it, we don't have a graphic. So Ricky, where would you like to put Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time on the now available Disney Plus list of movies?
For Disney Plus, it's gotta be number 1.
For sure.
Best movie on the platform.
Okay. Yeah, so we've got that. And now we come to the 2020 films list, which is the list that the audience sees right now. So at number 3, we have Conan the Barbarian from 2011. At number 2, we have White Mile. And at number 1, we have Taxi Driver. So where does Conan, or not Conan, where does Conan of Persia end up on the now available all-time movie list?
All right, this one is going to come as a shock. That's going number 1, baby.
Number 1. We're thinking number 1.
So we have watched...
I think...
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's a tough call whether or not to put Taxi Driver or the Prince of Persia at number 1. I think it's a tough call.
Tough call?
Because on the one hand, Taxi Driver is just such like a well-made movie, but the story is kind of like crazy, where with like the Prince of Persia, there's certain stuff with like how the movie's like shot and edited and stuff like that, where it's like you could have done it a little bit better, but like the performance and stuff like that are really cool and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's a tough for me one? Personally, it's a tough one. But I guess if I was like, okay, we're gonna go, I think it should go at number 2 and you go number 1, then we don't really have any way of doing it. So I think
we can
I think regardless, I'll put it at number 1. I'll put Prince of Persia at number 1.
Yeah, we don't have a
tiebreaker.
We have to come up with something. We can
we'll just have to end up flipping a coin or something.
Yeah, we can flip a coin. Hold on, let me get one.
No, I'm good. We could put Conan the Barbarian at number 1.
You want to put number 1? Conan the Barbarian at number 1.
Prince of Persia at number 1.
Yeah.
Prince of Persia at number 1.
So I understand what you're saying about Taxi Driver. But right. I just like enjoyed it through and through better.
It's a more fun movie.
It's a lot more fun, and that's usually what I'm going for when I'm watching a movie. even if it's like something serious or like scary, even.
Yeah, you want it to have some
yeah,
sort of
you want to be
fun.
like, you know, into it and like you're watching it and you're enjoying it. And of these four, I think this is the one where I was like, when
The most
yeah, the one I was
enjoyable
most
one.
into. Even though I watched it 2 times, I started the second time I started it from the beginning. It
Right.
wasn't like Conan where I
This
had to go
again, yeah.
back, yeah, or White Mile where I was like, oh, where did I leave off? I gotta go find it.
Yeah. It's it's a lot better than some of the other ones. And like you said, it's more fun. Taxi Driver's kind of like a slog.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like a class you'd find in like a film studies or a movie you'd find in a film studies. Excuse me, class or something like that.
Yeah, it's not something you would just go and throw on.
Yeah,
Where I could totally see that with this one, like, shit.
sure.
If I was like, oh, what am I gonna do tomorrow morning when I wake up? I gotta put something on TV instead of watching YouTube or Psych or whatever it is that I'm watching. I can I'll throw that on again. It's fun.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I agree with that.
All right, dope. So number
Number
one it
one.
is. Oh yeah, we gotta come up with a good. Can you make a wheel? Can we do like a
don't know if we
random spinning generator or something?
I don't know if we can actually do that. I could probably find something out, but it might be pretty difficult. And I assume
that would be funny.
we're also doing Prince of Persia for number one on the all-time list of
Movies we watched this year?
Yeah, or no, just all-time list. For
The all time.
All time. Yeah,
Yeah.
this list here.
Yeah, those two are pretty similar.
Yeah,
This one, like I said before, this one's not really gonna take.
yeah. It's not till 2021 that all this stuff will start getting interesting.
Shit's gonna start getting dicey.
Right.
Do you want to keep it? So I think at that point we should keep it at like top 10. So we're not
all time.
Yeah, so we're not arguing like, oh, I think Avatar by James Cameron is 15th on the all time, and you're like, no, it's the 9th or whatever. You know what I mean? Or we could. I mean, that might be fun.
I think that it would be more fun to do it.
Okay.
Do it all time, like
immediately
hundreds of movies. Yeah. I feel like my alliances are. I don't have any alliances.
Yeah, I was like, oh, actually, that does sound kind of fun. Yeah, what is the 72nd best movie we've watched?
Yeah. So yeah, right now we've got we've come to our final segment of the show, where we will determine what will be in the top 5 movies of all time in this year and top Amazon Prime movie
Number
for
one
next week.
Amazon Prime movie. Here we go.
So,
right.
if you're new to the show, what we do is every week we pick a streaming service. This week it's Amazon Prime. We spin the wheel 3 times to get 3 full-length feature films that aren't documentaries. And with that, we choose one, we watch it, and we come back the next week just to discuss it. If you'd like to join in, comment, do whatever you want to support the show. So for the wheel spins, this makes me nervous spinning for Amazon Prime, but we shall see what happens.
I am afraid.
The Silent Revolution of Truth. Okay,
Oh,
documentary
boy.
spinning it. Well, do we want to count this one in our spins?
Is that a documentary?
Yeah.
No. Start it again.
There's a UFO in the poster though.
Oh. Okay, let's hang on to this one then.
Okay, Silent Revolution of Truth.
Yeah, let's hang on.
We
to
might
this
do
one.
4 spins. We might do 4 spins this time, just because of this outlier.
Yeah.
Katrina Kopp in the Superdome. That's a documentary.
What the? I immediately think of like a Trauma-verse movie, like it's a cop, but he's also like a ninja, like Katana from Mortal Kombat, and the Superdome is like the Thunderdome.
Yeah, so this is actually a documentary
Okay.
exploring the experience of a black member of the New Orleans Police Department and assorted other New Orleans residents during Hurricane Katrina.
Oh shit! So it's like for real.
Yeah, it's for real, for
Wow.
real.
My brain totally fucked that whole thing up. I went somewhere totally different. All right, we're not keeping that one though.
Romance thriller, Night Tide.
Whoa.
Night Tide. A sailor falls in love with a carnival girl despite warnings that she is a jinx who brought about the something, something, something. So Night Tide is the first
official
real one.
pick.
Yeah, Night Tide. Okay. Now for spin number 2.
Here we go.
You shall get out.
Simply Bluegrass.
Nope.
Damn, a lot of documentaries on this one.
Catherine Upside Down. During a party at her mother's house, wannabe fashionista Catherine discovers the plumber hired to fix the toilet is the... I want to read what...
stops?
That's where it stops. To fix the toilet is the biological father she never met. Her world turned upside down. She goes on a lengthy and topsy-turvy journey to find herself. Catherine Upside Down.
Oh my god. So is that our second official pick?
Yeah. And then Not Without My Daughter.
Oh, yikes.
An American woman trapped in Islamic Iran by her brutish husband must find a way to escape with her daughter. So there's that one, Catherine Upside Down. And not without my daughter. This is tough. This is tough for sure.
This is the toughest one, no doubt.
Because we don't really have know anything or have any sort of preconceptions about any of these movies.
No, this one's gonna be very yeah, the first time going into all of those. I've never seen anything
right
even close to those.
Trying to look up more about Night Tide.
The Alien documentary is the most interesting, and I feel like that one we would actually like enjoy watching. But it's also a documentary.
Right. Well, The Night Tide is a 1961 American fantasy film, sometimes considered to be written and directed by Curtis Arrington and featuring Dennis Hoffer in his first starring role. It was filmed in 1960, premiered in 1961, but was held for general release until 1963. The film's title was inspired by some lines from Edgar Allan Poe's Annabelle Lee. I don't know. I'm honestly leaning towards Catherine Upside Down.
Really? Catherine Upside Down?
What were you thinking?
It's fucking tough, man. I guess,
I feel like
Catherine Upside Down or Night Tide.
Yeah, those would be my two.
Let's look up more about Catherine Upside Down, because that one, okay, it honestly doesn't sound that bad. It seems modern.
I don't know.
Oh, at least modern enough. Like, Night Tide was what, you said 66 or something?
61, yeah.
Oh, Joe, Jesus. What do you got? Anything? How long
I'm
is
just
it?
reading it.
Oh.
It's written, directed, and stars Ali Locus. It's got a 6.8 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's an hour and a half.
Okay. Oh, 2019?
Yeah.
a movie that's 1 year old versus a movie that's almost 60.
Holy crap, that is almost 60 years old.
Yeah. What about Night Tide? Oh, Night Tide's in black and white? No fucking way, dude. Oh my god, it would take me 2 years to watch that whole thing. The cover art is fucking dope, though.
Mm-hmm.
I really do like that. That looks so cool. The purple and the yellow. That looks awesome.
Right.
Yeah, I'm good with Captain Upside Down, man.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I'm those other one, Night Tide. That would be a woo boy. I watch that in like 15-minute increments.
So, next week for the show, everybody's got to go to Amazon Prime and watch Catherine Upside Down. And we'll be here to talk about it on YouTube, on Spotify, on Google Podcasts, and now even Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts, dude.
On not under now available.
Under not available. We only watch movies you have to rent or that you can't find.
We only watch movies that we find at flea markets on VHS.
Oh, if there's a weird cut just now, it was because we were talking about a secret plan for upcoming episodes in the month of October.
Ooh.
Secret. So I, of course, can be found at Ritz Khalifa on pretty much every platform, including TikTok. You can see all my Fortnite videos. Adam, where can the people find you?
They can find me at Howard AK88 on Instagram and Twitter, and Starroom Studios on both Instagram and Twitter.
Hell yeah. All right, that is it for us. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for listening. Give us a good rating, or please give us a good rating. Mint Mobile, if you're out there, I'm looking for that sponsorship. Prince of Persia Lego set, looking for that sponsorship. All right, well, this has been Now Available, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.